You may remember that back on, I think it was last Saturday, I told you to stop watching the Yankees after they'd lost so many games in a row. They had lost 3 straight games to Toronto. And I told you to stop watching the Yankees and do something better with your life. Well, ever since I did that, the Yankees have won 5 games in a row. Which the lesson of this is, don't ever listen to my advice. If you're going to listen to one piece of advice from me, it's don't listen to my advice. Because if you stopped watching this team, you would have missed a great run from the Bronx Bombers here. Yeah, I know it's Oakland, but they're a major league team. Technically, I mean, they certainly don't get crowds like major league teams. It's sad when you just look at that stadium and there's just thousands of empty seats. It's just really, really like, wow, you might want to consider moving out of that city. But the Yankees tonight got the win. Their 5th win in a row, and in part thanks to Mr. All Rise, the Honorable Aaron Judge residing. And I whispered that because my family's upstairs and it's midnight. But Aaron Judge with home run number 49 on the year. Folks, he's 13 away from 62. He's on pace for 63. This is beyond remarkable what Judge has done here this season. We've talked about it over and over again. We've talked about how he should be paid. But it really is amazing. It's quite astonishing, and I really think that with the last couple of days he's had, I think he's essentially clinched the MVP vote. Ohtani's a great player, no doubt about it. But I mean, if Judge is having an historic season, if Judge hit 62 home runs, this was the argument back in 2012 when Miguel Cabrera and Mike Trout were having their season. People were arguing for Mike Trout, because he had a great all-around year. But then people said, look, Miguel Cabrera's won the Triple Crown. When you have an historic season like that, you deserve MVP. And that's where I'm sitting here. If Judge ends this year with 62, 63 home runs as he's projected, with all due respect to Ohtani, how can you give anyone else the MVP? It has to go to Judge. And I think it goes to Judge. As long as he doesn't melt down here in the final month, Judge has earned this MVP. He has been incredible for this entire year. He has made the Yankees, I feel, so much better. I don't know if he's more valuable to the Yankees than Ohtani is to the Angels, but then again, the Angels are bad, but Ohtani takes them from terrible to mediocre, while Judge takes them from good to great, and maybe a World Series contender. That is what Judge has done here, and he did it again tonight. We also saw, in terms of the second most exciting offensive player tonight, Oswaldo Cabrera, another 3-hit game. He's 7 for his last 12. Just a remarkable presence here on this Yankee roster, getting big hits, making big defensive plays. Both sides of the ball, he is, I know it's a football analogy, but whatever. Both sides of the plate, offense, defense, whatever. I'm not an English major. Whatever it is that he does, he's excellent at it, and he brings such a spark to his team, as we talked about over and over again. Everybody else on this team tonight pretty much got a hit, except for Giancarlo, who was 0 for 3, IKF, who was 0 for 4. We did get hits from DJ and Torres and Donaldson and Benintendi and Trevino, and I'm glad Trevino's okay because it looks like he got hurt there for a second, but thankfully he walked it off. But then we also got to talk about the pitching. Garrett Cole, 7 1/3, 3 hits, 1 run, 2 walks, 11 strikeouts, 110 pitches. Final line, 3.31 ERA. I know people don't want to hear it. I know people don't want to hear about how great Cole is, considering, it's the regular season. Who cares about what Cole does in the regular season? I get it, and it's the Athletics, I get it. But sometimes you just look at what this guy does. And, I mean, again, another 200 strikeout season from him. What is this, like his 5th? And I feel like Yankee fans, criticizing too much. I get it, because he doesn't do it in big spots. But you really just got to take a step back and appreciate what the man has done. Yes, I know he's not the lights-out pitcher that we wanted to be, but he's still a really darn good pitcher. Okay, and he has been crazy to think he might be the best pitcher the Yankees have had this season. I know people talk about Nestor, but Cole's best starts probably top Nestor's best starts. You just look at it again, another amazing night tonight. Going the distance that he did, trying to preserve the bullpen, he's awesome. So, look, again, I know that there'll be Yankee fans that don't want to hear it, but I think the guy has been really good for us for the most part this season. And yeah, he's been a delight to watch. For the most part, again, with the exception of those 5-6 win games. I don't know why I'm talking so positively about Cole, considering now I'm just remembering all the terrible outings that he had. But at the end of the day, for the most part, he's been good. But yeah, nobody's going to care because we're only going to talk about October. What is he going to do then? But I think people are a little too harsh on Cole. We saw it here again tonight, how good he can be. Great job by Loizaga. And there it is, 5 wins in a row for the Yankees. 2 more games to wrap up the series. The next question is, when is Judge going to get to 50? Going to pull it off tomorrow night. We'll have to wait and see. I'd like for him to get done as quick as possible. That is going to be the story, I feel like, in baseball coming up. Is, can Judge get to 62? That is going to be the headline, because baseball's looking for stories. They're maybe the biggest name in baseball in the biggest market, trying to break the non-steroid record. That is going to get a lot of attention, and let's hope that he does it, because, man, that would be great. Great for the sport to see a guy like Judge break the home run record, the unofficial non-steroid home run record. And then it'll be even more hilarious when Cashman decides he's not worth it. I'm going to drive myself crazy this offseason thinking about what Cashman is going to do. But I hope he pays the man because he's 100% earned it. But another good win for the Yankees today. 5 in a row, 78 and 48. They're back to 30 games over 500. And they are now 2.5 back of the Astros. Let's catch them. That's it for now, guys. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you're new to the channel, make sure to subscribe down below. I'll be back tomorrow to break down Game 3 of the series between the Yankees and the Athletics. Take care and God bless.